this area and grab the door and head up, and almost made it to the top there. I got number 2 with an extra bonus 5,000 points. So I slammed the flag down. We'll see that I got it. Now we're actually going to go to level 5. After I beat this level, I'll then do the Quick-Draw Minigame, so you get a chance to look at that, in case you've never seen it before, as we have another one of the random tower abilities, but I do have a hyper invincibility right now, so that nothing could hurt me for at least a small period of time, and I still have the backdrop. I just slammed the snowman enemy down. Head down here, and now I have to do battle here with the gorilla. He was going to try to hit us with a hammer, but with the backdrop ability, I can grab the items he throws at us, and like I said, because it does damage non-stop while you have it, so I was just kind of holding it into him, and it was able to just hit like 3 hits on him real quickly, and I was able to defeat him and be able to complete the level. And I'm going to make it to the top here, and the pink Kirby UFO shows up, and it's going to reward me with another 1-up. And as it does, I will now have a total of 14 lives, as I'm now going to go over to the Quick-Draw Minigame. And here we go. Basically what happens is you gotta wait for the right moment, and as soon as it says go, you have to quickly press the button to attack your enemy. And of course, if you wait too long, your enemy ends up doing a move. Now the first couple, of course, are going to be very easy, but it's the very last one, the final one, which is King Dedede, not surprisingly, that he actually only gives you like 9 seconds, or 9 milliseconds, or whatever it is exactly they're counting here, in order to be able to hit him. If you take too long, more than that 9 milliseconds or 9 whatever on the timer, you end up getting hit from him, so it's actually pretty difficult. I can usually always get through the first 4, and hopefully I'll be able to get through Dedede here. It just comes down to exact timing, and unfortunately, of course, if you press it too early, which I was able to do there, and got my 3 extra lives, if you press it too early, you end up getting a foul, and if you foul out twice, you end up losing automatically. As I'm now going to head into the 6th door here in Butter Building, and begin working my way through it, as I still have the backdrop ability, as I'm going to see these crash atomic bomb style monsters that are enemies. I'm going to slam them all down. Here we go. Try to get through this door here, and work my way up this whole series of large ladders building up here. This is actually the final level of World 3, before we end up going to World 4. After this one, we'll have the boss battle against Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright, a reoccurring boss throughout the Kirby series. As I still retain my backdrop ability, as I'm going to work my way up this large area here, but I'm going to make a pit stop real quick over here and open up this door and enter it. And now I gotta be very quick. I gotta hit this bomb and run over really quickly over to this door. And by going over here, you can see I get my 2nd of the secret switches, which unlocks an egg-catching minigame. And now that I've hit that, I'm going to continue up. I'm going to actually lose my ability real quick. I'm going to grab the sword ability in order to just be better off against the upcoming boss battle. It'll be a lot easier for me to take out the boss with the sword instead of having the backdrop ability. Now in this dark area, even though you can perfectly see well, even though everything's kind of dark and like a purple shading outline around everything, you can suck in those random squid-looking and illuminated squid enemies, and it will brighten up the room as their ability to make the room bright and all nice and colorful looking. But since you can pretty much see everything, it's really not worth it to lose your ability in order to do so. So here it is. Here's Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright, who of course are modeled after the sun and moon. And you only have to fight one at a time, as I'm going to kill Mr. Bright real quick here. And now we have to go with Mr. Shine, and I'm going to attack him with the sword. And he actually did get a chance to hit me. 2 more hits here. Come on. There we go, 2 more hits it took. And they join together, and they burst into the Star Rod. And now we have another piece of it, and we've completed World number 3, Butter Building. And now we're going to be heading off to World number 4 in Grape Garden. Now, Grape Garden, of course, is a cloud-based level. It also has one of my favorite songs in the entire game for its main levels. When you enter each of the levels, or for most of the levels at least, has one of my favorite songs in the game. And I'm going to continue to use my sword ability for a little bit here, just for this opening 2 rooms, because when we get to the 3rd room of this level, we actually get a new ability that really isn't seen too much in Kirby, and is one of my favorite abilities in this game, and that is the Ufo Ability, which turns Kirby into the little UFO that we've seen in the little bonus game at the end of each level. And for it, not only do you have a regular beam, which is similar to the Waddle Doos that ability, the beam ability that you can get, it also can charge up and shoot out this star. And I just did so in order to get into this hidden room, in order to hit another secret switch, which gives us another one of the Crane Fever minigames, Crane Game games. And now I'm going to head off into this room and guide my way through it, slowly flying around as there's another one of those sleeping guys. Unfortunately, the thing that stinks about the UFO ability is the fact that you lose it every time you complete the level that you gained it in. So after I just completed that level, unfortunately Kirby turns back to normal. So it's like really cool to have, but unfortunately you only have it for such a limited amount of time. As I am now in level 2 here, and unfortunately I am powerless for the moment until I can snatch up a decent ability. I'll wait a few seconds before I go ahead and grab one, work my way over and shoot this Poppy Brother Jr. into that bomb right there in order to enter this room, and work my way up. And now I'm in this big open area room and head my way through. I'm going to head to the south left here in order to jump into the water and start swimming my way through it. Working my way. I'm going to use the water ability when you kind of like, you can't unfortunately suck in enemies underwater, but you spit out this water in this little fountain type animation that is able to do damage to most enemies, as well as open up blocks and such. As I'm going to run through this area, taking a little bit of damage from the spikes. And, you know, I'll take Spark ability. I haven't taken ability for a little bit, so I'll go ahead and take Spark for now, which is similar to the Freeze ability. I'm going to use Spark on these Poppy Brother seniors real quick in order to take them out. For taking out one, there's it. I will spit him out real quickly, grab the bomb, throw him into him, and I now have a Crash ability. So I'll exit this level and use the little bonus minigame, and I got up to number 3, which is going to give me a bonus of 2,000 extra points. That we just see my score slowly racking up on the bottom. And now we're going to head off into level 3 here. As you can see, another Quick-Draw minigame up there. Now, this is the first room that introduces that little, like the fuse with the cannon. And with the flame ability, I can go ahead and hit that cannon. Also, I can use the laser ability to hit that little fuse, and it'll slowly go through the entire fuse. And then, if you're sitting inside the cannon when the fuse ends and gets to the cannon, you get shot up into the sky to get to certain bonus areas. And I'll actually have to do that in order to get to a switch area. As I just went and got another switch area that was in just the end part. For the actual exit to this level was that second exit that I saw, that second door, which I'm going to head back to now. But just to the right of that, where I was the next secret switch here in level 3 of World 4, Grape Garden. And I'm going to run through this area. Unfortunately, I take a hit there, but I'm really not concerned about my abilities, so I'll just go ahead and say screw it and continue on. I now have a sword ability and stop that crash bomb thing from blowing up and hurting me. And grab this warp star to head off to the next area. As you can see, the wind is kind of pressing Kirby in the opposite direction of seemingly where he wants to go, but in the end it's really the correct way, because at the top here is the exit of the level. Go inside here and try to work my way up to the top, see if I can get up there. No, unfortunately, just slightly off as I make it to 2 for an extra 5,000 bonus points. And that unlocks down there not only a Coliseum, but it also unlocks level 4 here. So now we're on top of like another blimp style area, similar to what we were just in the last level, just slightly different. As I still now have my sword ability, continuing to use that. And now we actually have like the Grape Garden area of the entire. This is the only world that really looks. This is the only part of the level that really looks like Grape Garden in the entire world, with the many little grape, spherical shaped objects that were throughout the room. But it doesn't last very long, as I now get into this hill area. But basically, it's a race of me against this bomb that I trigger. Whoever gets to the bottom first. If I get to the bottom first, I can get into this little bonus room. Where it's not a secret switch or anything, but it does give me an extra little life. And there we go. I can get that little extra life, even though I really don't need it. It's just for the sake of getting it. And now here we go with another boss, which gives us the throw ability. And just like Bugsy, if I ram my wheel into him, he would have just grabbed me and flung me against the wall to do damage to me. So unfortunately, I gotta fight him the old-fashioned way by waiting until he shoots out his little enemy from him, and then I'll use that to my advantage, as he just unfortunately grabbed me and slammed me into the ground there. Wait a second, he should be able to unleash an enemy. There we go. And throw it into him, and now I have the throw ability. And the throw ability is very similar to the backdrop ability. I suck in an enemy, but of course, instead of just being able to slam him into the ground, as you can see, I can just chuck items way across the level. I can chuck them in, you know, not just to the left or right, but I can also throw them in diagonal paths as well. As I now make it to almost the top again, and grab a 5,000 bonus points. And I'm going to head off into level 5 here in World 4, Grape Garden. So now in level 5, we continue on, of course, now with more of the cloud theme level. We're going to start off with the mysterious stranger, who looks very, very similar to Meta Knight. I wonder what's up with that.